I know his record. I've seen it. He's supported the credit card companies. He has collected more corporate money than John McCain. He's collected more money from corporate attorneys than John McCain. They have a sense of where someone is in terms of obeisance to power. And his record is not good. And to top it off, I tried to meet with him. I called him 20 times last year, just to sit down and meet with him. You know, like I do with any senator. He never had time. I finally had my associate call him in August and said, how about any time between August and December 31st? He doesn't have time. You know why he doesn't want to meet? Because I know I've got his number. He is not a challenging personality. He's a concessionary personality. He's not a Paul Wellstone. He's not a, Senator Kennedy. He's not that kind of personality. When he came out against the impeachment of Bush and Cheney, even though his oath to uphold the Constitution and his knowledge constitutionally should have come out the other way. I mean, privately, all the Democrats think that he should be impeached. He said it would be too divisive. Well, that's really nice precedent for future presidents. If you're really a criminal, you escape impeachment. But if you lie about sex under oath, or you associate with a burglary, like Nixon, Clinton, and you're in trouble. I don't give him a pass. I have been far too dismayed by the African American senior representatives in our Congress who now have real power. And the only one who had a hearing in the last umpteen years on what's going on in the low-income areas in our urban country, in our urban centers, is Dennis Kucinich. It wasn't John Conyers, an old friend of mine, chairman of the Judiciary Committee, or Charles Rango, chairman of the powerful House Ways and Means Committee. The ascension of minorities to political power in our country has got to be seen as more than a career move. It's got to be seen as something more forcefully focused on the ignored necessities of our society. So I can lead you to a critique by Matt Gonzalez, who's my running mate, who was president of the City Council of San Francisco, almost elected mayor. He's a civil rights lawyer. He was predisposed to Obama until he looked at the record, and he's written a 3,000-word piece on votenader.org on Obama, which is a pretty level-headed piece, which can be updated because Obama has been changing these positions by the week, and that's necessary. I mean, when you saw the way Obama went to AIPAC, the pro-hardline Israeli lobby in Washington, a person of any stature and self-respect would not have groveled and given them everything they wanted and more. A person of self-respect would have said, look, we want to settle this conflict. You want to settle this conflict, you support the peace movements in Israel and Palestine who have worked together as two-state accord in great detail. And this peace movement, however suppressed it might be by the hardliners, is composed of former generals, former heads of security agencies, mayors, members of the Knesset, leading intellectuals. That's the way to deal with it. You don't just give them a carte blanche to further incarcerate the people in Gaza in an illegal blockade and to colonize more of the West Bank and take more of the water, to do whatever they want. The hardliners. You don't go with the hardliners on both sides. You go with the majority of the Israelis, Palestinians, Jewish Americans, and Arab Americans in the U.S. who want a two-state solution back to the 67 orders in accordance with international law. Instead, he basically gave them a green light to further do whatever they want to the Palestinians. Dispossess them, colonize them, brutalize them, whatever. Now, what kind of courage is it from someone who is very sensitive to Palestinian rights when he was back in Illinois? He would go to meetings and he would teach himself about that conflict. He would speak out on it. and he completely changed. There's a real character deficiency there. There's a real character deficiency. Prepare to be very, very disappointed with Barack Obama, who is one of the smartest people ever to run for president. But you know the old saying, Heraclitus, the ancient philosopher, once said, character is destiny. And I would add, personality is decisive. He does not have a challenge from personality. Maybe another